So hey guys, this is Darren Rose Studios, and the rifle that I was using in the video today is the Aries Amoeba AM014 AAG with a DSG precock, and I'm also using an Acetech AT2000 tracer module inside this, which looks like this. That's the reason why tracer rounds are coming out of this. It fits right at the end of the suppressor, and I'm using a 230 millimeter inner barrel. I can't run an inner barrel that goes all the way to the tip anymore. So it's actually a really fun build. DSG precocks and amoebas, they're not difficult to do. They're just a little bit finicky at times. So having a DSG precock and you combine it with a tracer, it's a lot of fun. So the tracer unit, you just take it out from the front. You do have to drill open the suppressor cap in order for the BBs to come out. In a previous gameplay, not all of my BBs were making it out. Some of them were hitting the tip of the suppressor, so that was a problem that I had to deal with. That's the module right over there, but before you actually cup the suppressor cap over it, you have to make sure you add a foam, something soft over here to cushion it, or otherwise you might damage the tracer unit. The stuff that I used is this. I forget what you call this. This is the kind of stuff that has a lot of lint on it. It's very soft and very squishy. I forget the name of this, but you might get an idea just by looking at it. And right here is the module. Very cool. So all I did was that I used masking tape to shim the base over here so that it fits perfectly into the suppressor. If you don't do this, the tracer unit will wobble a lot. Now that's the reason why I did it. And as you can see, it fits perfectly. Right. And that's the inner barrel right over there. So I don't know if you can see this on camera. It's very difficult to spot, but that's the inner barrel right over there. You can see that I have the rest of this foam stuff, or this rest of this wool stuff, to shim around the suppressor on the inside, because this suppressor actually starts about here. So there's quite a bit of space here that I have to fill up and to support the inner barrel. There's actually a hidden spacer inside that supports the inner barrel. And then you stack pieces of this stuff on top so that when you install the tracer module, it will rest on something that's soft instead of having it, bump up against stuff. I'm not entirely sure if this thing is fragile or not. I just want to take care of it. Is because this thing it's not expensive. It's just, you might as well take care of it. Which reminds me, by the way, with this Acetech module, I have one in this rifle, I have one right on my table, and I also have a third one inside here. And I'll show you guys that in a moment, because it's actually pretty cool. Some of my previous rifles. So, this is what started it all. This is my VFC Avalon SABRE CQB. This is probably my favorite DSG precock. It has a gate titan with an SHS DSG gear. And I'm using an Acetech lighter tracer. It's very short, very compact. It's actually so thin that I can actually fit inside the rail. But I chose to keep it at this rail length is because the inner barrel is actually already very short. This is only using a 220 millimeter barrel. So any shorter, the power of the DSG starts dropping off a lot. It's because the BB doesn't have enough time to accelerate up to the power. So I think I'm going to keep it like this. Of course, the most awesome part is this. So this is my Tokyo Marui M4 CQB-R. I've done quite a few changes to it, mostly externals. The internals are more or less the same. With the exception, I am using some of my RTS components. It's because, my company is RTS, so that's the reason why there's some parts that are made by me. But otherwise, the rifle is actually very basic. It's just an old school Voltor Cast V rail. This is roughly what they look like back then. I'm just into that idea. But this is the coolest part. So this right here, I don't know if you guys will remember this, but this is one of those very old school KM suppressors. These kinds of suppressors, they used to have special adapters that you can put the suppressor onto an MP5. And it also, you can also obviously put it on M4s as well. Back then, that was sort of the trend, is because it was just it's very cool to see that kind of stuff. But I gutted everything inside. So that's the foam to protect the piece from getting damaged. And the tracer unit is right in here. Right? So look at everything in there. So the inner barrel is still inside the outer barrel. It's not sticking out like the one it is in the Amoeba. This is a short 8.5-inch outer barrel. So the inner barrel ends right about here, and then the suppressor and the tracer unit is right about here. So I have plenty of space in between the BB and the tracer unit. And it goes in just like that. Just like this. The red button faces back. In the future, I don't know if Acetech will change anything, but it would be great if they made the button at the front, because it's easier to access, because I highly doubt everyone will always hit the back. Because with these tracer modules, they're probably building it in their own suppressors like I am, so they can probably improve upon that in the future. But I'm not 100% sure. This AT2000 tracer module has actually been out for a short while now, so but not too many people know exactly which tracers or suppressor fits them. To be quite honest with you, I didn't know either. It's just that I went to a store, I quickly took a few measurements, and I went home, and then I realized that it's actually quite tiny. It's because a lot of suppressors are quite big for back in the time. Like this one that I have right over here. This suppressor is like so old, so back then they used to be like really chunky. Now, there is something that might disappoint some of you guys, which is this. So this right here, this is my GHK G5. I've put a few accessories on it since then. It's because my receivers started to crack, so I did some reinforcements and I'm using a stock now. But over here, I have one of those Northeast Surefire suppressors. Very cool looking. Completely not compatible with the Acetech unit. I wonder if Acetech can consider making a slimmer version of this, powered by a lithium battery, like how it works with their Acetech lighter, so that you can slip it into suppressors like this. That would be really, really cool. I would love to use something like that. So, but that doesn't exist yet, but I hope it does exist soon. They've actually released a few tracers since the last time I reviewed the Acetech lighter, so I hope something will change. It's because with this, I really like the suppressor. This is the suppressor. This is the 9mm suppressor that Surefire uses with like a lot of like the Scorpion Evo. Like the Glocks, so on and so forth. They use this suppressor by quite a bit, so very, very cool suppressor. I hope I can turn this into a tracer one day, because that would be really, really cool. I still have my Zeftech Silencer Co. Glock 17, so I'm keeping this for one of those days when I turn this into a tracer unit. I hope that day comes soon. Anyways, guys, that's it for the video. I hope you guys sort of enjoyed it. It's just showing off a few of my cool builds, my cool tracer builds. I'm really into tracers nowadays. This last tracer module that I'm saving up is for my Polar Star F2. It's because my Polar Star, I joined a few games where they allow Polar Stars now, and and I have a HK416. So I'm thinking I can probably put this into my Surefire suppressor, into the like the RC2 or something like that, and you can put it inside there. I'm pretty sure this will fit, but I'm still doing some measurements at the moment. So this one I'm saving up. Now I have 3 of these things. They're a lot of fun. Just trust me. If you really like suppressors, you will love this. Anyways, guys, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think. Please feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. I also have a Facebook page that you can check out, in which I'll leave a link in the description box below. Peace, guys. Happy shooting, and thanks for watching.